Are you lying in bed right now? The lights are off. Silence is taking over the room. Your body is relaxed. Your mind is starting to float in that space between sleep and wakefulness. This is the most powerful moment of your day. Yes, right now. And almost no one knows it. Neville Goddard called this state SATS, state akin to sleep. But in truth, this is the closest state to the divine, to conscious creation, to direct access to what you call the universe, or God, or Source. It doesn't matter what you call it. What matters is that it is listening to you right now. At this very moment, between the physical world and the invisible world, you have the doors of creation open before you. This is where your reality is shaped. It is not in the day-to-day, rushing around, anxious, reacting to everything. It is here, in this silence between one thought and another, that you plant the seed. And what you feel now is what you will reap tomorrow. Most people lie down and take their fears, frustrations, bills, guilt, pains to their pillow. They are planning their future with the same thoughts that caused the present they say they hate. And then they wonder why nothing changes. But you are not here by chance. If this video reached you, it is because you are ready to awaken. You are ready to use SATS consciously, powerfully, and for real. Neville taught that whatever you feel as real in this state must manifest in the physical world. It is not an opinion. It is law. And now it is your turn to use it to your advantage. Before I go any further, I need you to do something. If this content is already awakening something inside you, that spark, that reminder that you are more than what you've been told, then click subscribe now. Don't put it off, because later is what keeps you in the same place. Activate the bell to receive more content like this, because with each video, you will reprogram your mind, step by step, to create the reality you truly deserve. And share this video with someone who needs to hear this. Maybe someone close to you is trying to change their life, but just needs that push. You can be the channel for that. Now, pay attention. When you are in that moment between sleep and wakefulness, your conscious mind begins to shut down. And then the subconscious mind, the portal between you and the universe, opens. That's where you should take action, but not with effort, not with anxiety, but with living feeling. You must choose a scene, something simple, but real. Maybe you're holding a signed contract, receiving a message, hugging someone, hearing a congratulations. Choose the scene that represents the desired end already achieved, and feel it. Feel it with your whole being, as if it had already happened, as if it were already yours. And here's the secret that almost no one understands. You don't have to repeat it 1,000 times. You don't have to ask for it. You have to see yourself as if it were already true, and fall asleep in that state. Because by falling asleep with this feeling of accomplishment, you are imprinting your new identity into your subconscious, and the physical world will bow to that identity. You are not just imagining. You're creating. You're not just dreaming. You're activating invisible but immutable universal laws. SATS is like a seed planted in fertile soil. If you take care of the feeling, if you protect your feeling of, "It's already mine," the universe has no choice. It will mirror that in your life. And when that happens, you'll remember this moment, this video, this moment when something inside you woke up and said, "I knew it. I always knew it. I just needed to remember." In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how to get into SATS, even when your mind is racing. I'm going to walk you through a simple, yet profoundly transformative process that can completely change the way you live your nights and your days. And yes, Even if you've never manifested anything before, even if you think you've tried everything, because the secret is not in trying, it's in feeling. And I'm going to show you how. But before I walk you through that process, before I take you through this process, I need you to understand something very important. You are not trying to convince the universe. You're convincing yourself. The universe responds to your inner conviction. Doubt is not just a stumbling block. It is a sign that you are still waiting for something from the outside to change your inner self. But when you truly feel it, when your whole body vibrates as if it were already real, doubt no longer finds space. So now I'm going to invite you to try it. Nothing complicated, nothing forced. Just allow yourself. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. One more time. Feel the air coming in and going out. Relax your face, your jaw. Release your shoulders. Feel your body sink a little deeper into the bed or wherever you are right now. This is the beginning of SATS. You're letting your body fall asleep and keeping your mind awake enough to imagine. Now, visualize something simple, something that symbolizes what you want already accomplished. It could be a hand squeezing yours with enthusiasm, a notification on your phone, a laugh of relief, or even your own voice saying, "I did it." Don't complicate things. You don't need big cinematic scenes. You just need something that convinces your heart. Now, feel. Feel the texture around you. What do you hear in this imaginary moment? Who is with you? How does your body feel? Is it relaxed? Vibrating? Is there a smile on your face? You already have it. It already is. It already happened. Fall asleep in this certainty. That's the key. Neville said, "You don't attract what you want, you attract what you are." And in SATS, you don't want. You are. You're not asking. You're living in anticipation. This moment between wakefulness and sleep is sacred. It is a space-time where the conscious mind dissolves and the subconscious absorbs everything as truth. It is like planting a pure code directly into the core of your reality. You can change your entire life with this simple practice, not because it's magic, but because it's the law. And when you begin to master this state, you're no longer a victim of chance. You become the author of your script. Do you have any idea what you can do with this power? You can heal old wounds, attract abundance, manifest true relationships, completely transform your inner life, and, by extension, everything around you. And this doesn't require physical effort. It just requires a real moment of emotional surrender before bed. Think about it. How many nights have you gone to bed worried? How many times have you fallen asleep imagining the worst or reliving past pain? Now you're going to turn all that around. You're going to use this very moment, the moment of surrender to sleep, to create the life you desire. And not just for you, but maybe, through you, the world will change too. Because when you live with purpose, you inspire. And when you inspire, you transform. Oh, and before your mind asks, "But what if I can't visualize it right? What if I don't feel anything?" Everything is fine. SATS is not about seeing with your mind's eye like an HD movie. It's about feeling. If the image is blurry, but the feeling is real, it works. If there is no image, but there is peace, certainty, gratitude, it works. You can just repeat softly, like a mantra, something like, "It's already mine. It's already done. I already am." And let that vibration lull you to sleep. The frequency of creation is that of feeling, not that of excessive thinking. Now that you understand the true power of SATS, we are ready for the next level, because there is something that enhances this practice in an absurd way, something few people do, something Neville mentioned, but rarely explored in depth. And if you apply this together with SATS, you will enter a state of accelerated manifestation. It will seem like magic, but it is pure consciousness science. Do you want to know what it is? Do you want to learn how to take this practice to a level where your desires become inevitable? So stay with me. In the next section, I will reveal to you this hidden element that transforms SATS into a true portal of instant manifestation, and I will guide you through an advanced practice, step by step. But first, are you ready to continue this journey? Do you remember I mentioned a hidden element? Yes, it does. It exists. And it is not something outside of you. It is something that is inside, but has been dormant, silenced by years of conditioning, fear, routine. This element is the feeling of naturalness. Yes, naturalness. Because as long as you treat your desire as something distant, rare, or difficult, it will continue to elude you. But when you feel that what you desire is the most natural thing in the world, the subconscious accepts it as truth, and the universe begins to act silently, like an obedient servant. You don't wonder whether the sun will rise tomorrow. You don't wake up worrying whether your lungs will breathe or your heart will beat. You just know. It's natural. This is how you should feel what you want to manifest, as something that is already in your field, as something that has always been yours. And how to achieve this feeling? It's simpler than it seems. It all starts with a subtle change in your internal attitude. Instead of wanting, you allow. Instead of asking, you accept. Instead of expecting, you give thanks, as if you had already received. During SATS, you can use a technique called emotional repetition, which Neville also cited. You repeat softly and feelingly a short phrase while imagining or feeling the desired scenario. For example, I love living like this. It's so good to have this in my life. This is so natural to me. I feel so blessed. But be careful. It's not repeating mechanically, like someone doing a homework assignment. It's repeating with feeling, as if each word were being said from the heart. This kind of repetition, in this state, forms deep roots in the subconscious, and the more you water it with true emotion, the more inevitable it is for it to blossom in the physical. Neville once told the story of a man who wanted a new job, but instead of visualizing 1,000 details or worrying about how it would happen, this man did something simple. Every night at SATS, he just found himself shaking his boss's hand and hearing, "Congratulations, you got the job." A short scene, simple, but full of naturalness and conviction. Before long, he was called for a position he didn't even know existed, a position that seemed tailor-made for him. And as he signed the contract, his new boss shook his hand and said those exact words. Coincidence? You already know the answer. The manifestation is not a miracle. It is a reflection. The physical world is a backward mirror of what you emotionally accept as truth. If you accept that you are prosperous, the world will find ways to show it. If you accept that you are loved, desired, respected, people, situations, and events will begin to reflect that value, not because the world changes on the outside, but because you change on the inside. And SATS is the bridge. Maybe you're listening to this and feeling something in your chest right now. Maybe it's that old whisper of your soul saying, "You always knew this. You just needed to remember." And yes, you are remembering. Remembering who you really are. Remembering the power you have and that no one can take away. Remembering that no matter what happened before, you can change everything, starting now. But this change requires only one thing: decision. Are you ready to stop living based on what your eyes see, and start living based on what your heart feels. Most people live as characters. You're now choosing to be the author. You're no longer repeating the old script of failure, doubt, or lack. You're writing a new story, scene by scene, feeling by feeling. And every night you enter SATS. Every time you fall asleep in the feeling of desire already fulfilled, you are turning the invisible gears of creation. And when you wake up, the world will be different. Maybe little signs at first, strange coincidences, people who appear out of nowhere, feelings that something has changed, even if you don't know exactly what. This is not an illusion. It is reality rearranging itself to reflect its new frequency. Now that you understand this, you are ready for the next step. I want to guide you through an advanced SATS where we will combine 3 strengths: the vivid mental image, the deep emotional feeling, and the absolute naturalness that it is already real. This combination activates what Neville called finished creation. That is, the reality where there is no effort, only inevitable manifestation. And it doesn't matter what you want: money, health, love, freedom. When you enter this state, what you desire is already done. It will not be done. It is already done. In the next part, I will take you step by step through this advanced SATS. You will learn how to use your breath, your attention, and your inner senses to immerse yourself in a state of creation so powerful that your subconscious will have no way of denying it. And when he accepts, the world obeys. Are you ready for this? Now, yes, the time has come to cross the portal. But before we begin, I need you to understand one thing with your entire being. This practice is not just mental. It is energetic, vibrational. It touches such deep layers that you might cry or get goosebumps, and that's okay. This is a sign that you are reconnecting with something real, something that is yours. Take a deep breath. Let the words sink in slowly, as if they were seeds falling straight into the fertile soil of your heart. You don't have to force anything, just allow it. Lie down comfortably. Nothing crossed, nothing tense. Let your jaw go limp. Breathe slowly. Your eyes can be closed or half closed. It doesn't matter. Now, imagine that the whole world is going silent. The voices, the noises, the problems of the day. Everything is staying outside. You're entering a place of your own. Start feeling the weight of your body, the points of contact with the bed or sofa, the temperature of the room. And go deeper. Feel as if you're dissolving, as if your body is slowly fading away, and only your pure consciousness remains. Now, choose the scene. It doesn't have to be long. It doesn't have to be perfect. Choose a single, short scene that clearly represents what you want most. It could be a hug from someone you love, a text message confirming the news, a phone call saying, "Congratulations, you made it," you signing the contract of your dreams, you looking at your bank account with a smile of relief and joy. Now, put yourself inside that scene. You're not seeing it from the outside. You're living it. Feel the textures, the ambient sound, the colors around, the smell in the air, the taste of the moment. That's it. You're there. And now, the most important thing. How do you feel? Don't rush. Feel the quiet joy, the relief, the calm euphoria of knowing it's all done. You don't have to wait anymore. There is no more uncertainty. You've got this. Maybe you want to smile. Maybe a tear will fall. Maybe you just feel a warmth in your chest. That's the code. That's the signal the universe understands. You're not wishing. You already have it. Now repeat softly, in your mind or out loud. It's so natural to live like this. That's so me. It's already part of my life. Repeat slowly, as if each word were melting over your soul, effortlessly, with affection. Let the feeling of this new reality expand within you. Let it become familiar. Let it become real. Now that you are in the feeling, now that the image is alive within you, you're going to do something very simple and very powerful. Fall asleep within this feeling. Don't go back to the previous reality. Don't think about the next day. Don't try to remember the technique. Just stay in that vibration, like someone who is floating in what is already yours. This is where the real SATS happens. It is in this space between what was and what will be that the invisible miracle begins to operate. You are creating while you sleep. You're becoming while you rest. And when you wake up tomorrow, don't rush to check if it worked. This shows doubt. Just live like someone who already knows, like someone who trusts, like someone who no longer needs proof, because they already feel certain inside. This is the secret that transforms ordinary people into conscious creators of their own reality. And if you do this for a few nights, if you repeat this practice with presence, truth, and intention, you will start to notice something strange. Things will start looking for you. Unexpected messages, doors opening, coincidences so specific, they will seem like a scene from a movie. And you will smile, because you will remember this night, this moment, this choice you made now to be who you were born to be. But maybe you're wondering, what if I want more? What if I want to make this part of my everyday life? Is there something besides SATS that can speed this up even more? Yes, there is. There is a state where you no longer have to wait until bedtime to create. A state where you manifest awake, conscious, with your eyes open. That's what the masters did. That's what Neville did. That's what you can learn too. But to access this level, you need to be prepared to change your identity completely. You need to stop being someone who tries to manifest and become someone who lives in constant creation. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about in the next part. In the next step, I'll show you how to take this power beyond SATS, how to awaken the state of continuous manifestation, how to maintain this frequency even during the chaos of the day, and how to become someone who manifests effortlessly because you've already become the source itself. Are you ready for that next level? You've experienced the sensation of manifesting while you're asleep. Now imagine it, awake, in broad daylight, in the middle of the street, at work, on a crowded bus, and yet you're controlling reality from the inside out. This is the ongoing manifestation, a state where you no longer need to do techniques because you are the living technique. You have become the energy field of that which you desire. You live, move, and breathe in the vibration of that which you love. And the most magical thing, the world responds. You attract what is yours by resonance, not by effort. The phone rings, doors open, solutions appear without struggle. But how do we do this? How do we maintain the state of manifestation even when faced with routine, noise, traffic, and real life? Simple. Don't give up on the feeling. No matter where you are, you can always close your eyes for 5 seconds and remember the feeling of your wish fulfilled, not as an escape, but as a reminder. This is still mine. It's already done. Create emotional anchors, a ring you touch and remember the version of you that already has it all. A song you listen to and taste victory. A silent mantra you repeat in traffic, like a secret prayer. These small moments create a constant vibrational field, and manifestation becomes a lifestyle. You're no longer who you were when you started this video. Maybe you're smiling now, feeling something in the air. A freshness, a lightness, because some part of you has awakened, that old, forgotten part. But that was always there, the part of you that knew how to play with reality, that knew how to imagine, and knew that the world responded to imagination. That part came back, and she is ready to live with purpose, intention, and power. If you want to make this even deeper, here's a simple ritual. When you wake up, before you pick up your phone, ask yourself, who do I choose to be today? Not who the world wants you to be, but who you choose to be. Feel the answer. Live as if this version of you is already here. And before going to sleep, even if you're tired, even if you're late, set aside 3 minutes. Close your eyes. Relive the scene of your desire. Touch the feeling. Smile inside, and fall asleep in the knowledge. Everything is aligning. You're cultivating the state of creation 24 hours a day. You're planting miracles in the dark, and the universe always reaps at the right time. What started as a technique became a practice. What became a practice became a habit. What became a habit became an identity. This is how everything changes. You no longer do manifestation. You are the manifestation. You no longer imagine success, love, money. You live like someone who already has it. And when you change your inner nature, the world has no choice. He dances to your rhythm. He reflects your new frequency. And that's why nothing can stop you now. If this message touched you in any way, if you felt, at any point in this video, that shiver, that silent certainty saying, this is what I needed. So this is the time to share. Because just like this video found you, it can find someone who is in the dark right now. Someone who is lost, doubting themselves, searching for answers. You can be the channel. You could be the reason another soul remembers your power. So click share, send it to someone you love, or even someone you know needs it, even if you've never talked about spirituality before. And now, I want to hear from you. Yes, you. Here in the comments, tell me, what are you choosing to manifest right now? You don't have to explain everything. It can be a word. It can be a sentence. It can just be a symbol that only you understand. But write, declare, give form to the invisible. Because when you comment, you anchor. You take it out of the mental field and throw it into the collective vibrational field. And who knows? Other people who read your comment might not feel the urge to root for you, cheer for you, co-create with you. We are forming a chain, and you are part of it now. You've come this far, and if you've come this far, it's not by chance. Someone inside you is saying, I am ready. Ready to live with more intention, more faith, more connection with the invisible that moves everything. You heard something sacred today, not with your ears, but with your spirit. And that seed is already planted. It will grow. It will blossom. But that's just the beginning. If you want, I can lead you now through a guided audio SATS with soundtrack, step-by-step visualization, and deep energetic anchoring. Or, if you prefer, I can create a series with more practices, NEVILLE techniques, specific affirmations, and manifestation rituals that you can use in different areas of your life. Just tell me. The journey continues, and the next step is yours.